Conditions and results. Explanations. Sentences with if are called conditionals. The if clause is the condition and the other part of the sentence is the result. Here are 4 examples of conditionals, used for talking about checking in at the airport for a flight. 1. If you arrive early, you get a better seat. 2. If you arrive early, you'll get a better seat. 3. If you arrived early, you'd get a better seat. 4. If you had arrived early, you'd have got a better seat. Sentence 1 is talking generally about something that is always true. It is sometimes called a zero conditional. Sentence 2 is talking about something that is likely to happen in the future. It is sometimes called the first conditional. Sentence 3 is talking about something that is unlikely to happen in the future, or an imaginary situation. It is sometimes called the second conditional. Sentence 4 is talking about something that is imaginary in the past. It is sometimes called the third conditional. 0, first and second conditionals are covered in this unit. The third conditional is covered in Grammar 14.
Zero conditional. In this type of sentence describes things that are always or generally true. We, if plus present can use when or if to introduce the sentence. Simple. Present it's a tropical country, and so if it rains hard, everyone stays indoors. Simple. When it rains hard, everyone stays indoors. There can be an imperative structure in the result clause. Just the bare infinitive with no subject. An imperative is when we tell people what to do. If you feel dizzy, stop taking the tablets. If you change your mind, give me a ring. First conditional. This type of sentence describes future events that will happen, or are likely. Plus present simple, to happen. It is a real possibility in the speaker's mind, not imaginary, for will, won't. Imaginary situations see the second conditional. If we walk so slowly, we'll be late. If we run, we won't be late. If we don't run, we will be late. Example. You are at the supermarket with a friend. Your friend has put some eggs in a bag, and is picking up lots of other bags at the same time. You say, if you carry too many bags, you'll drop the eggs. If you drop the eggs, they'll break. If the eggs break, there will be an awful mess on the floor. If you are careful, you won't break them.
In the condition clause it is possible to use other present tenses, not just the present simple. If you're driving, I'll come with you. Present continuous. If I've seen the film before, I'll let you know. Present perfect. This type of sentence describes future events that are imaginary, unlikely or impossible. If I had a helicopter, I'd fly to school. If I flew to school, I wouldn't be late. Example, you start talking to a friend about aliens. You say, if some aliens landed on Earth, I'd make friends with them. If they didn't speak English, I'd use sign language. If they took me back to their planet, I'd learn their language. If anyone believed my story, I'd become famous. Note that would is usually contracted in speech. I'd become famous equals I would become famous. Note that the past simple is used in the condition clause, but the time reference is the future. The regular past simple of to be is I was and he, she was. We can use these forms in second conditionals, or alternatively we can use if I were and if he, she were. The were form is more formal. If I were an astronaut, I'd enjoy being weightless. Unless means if not. Compare these sentences which have the same meaning. We'll go out for a walk if it doesn't rain. We'll go out for a walk unless it rains. We use would in other situations which do not involve conditional sentences. Other uses of would. Reporting what someone said. Polite offer. Polite request. Someone refused to do something. He said he would call back later. Would you like some more tea? Would you open the window, please? The minister wouldn't answer the question.
A. You're standing very close to the edge of a swimming pool. You're wearing all your clothes, not a swimming costume. A friend says, if you fall in, your clothes will get wet. B. You're sitting in the classroom on a hot day. You're daydreaming about going to the beach. You think, if today was a holiday, I'd go to the beach. C. You can't answer a question in your English book. You ask a friend to help, but she doesn't know the answer. She says, if I knew the answer, I'd tell you. D. You're walking towards the bus stop with a friend. Suddenly the bus arrives. The bus stop is far away, but you think there is a chance of catching the bus. You say, if we run, we'll catch it. E. You're planning to go to the beach tomorrow with some friends. You are not sure about the weather, because it sometimes rains at this time of the year. You arrange to meet tomorrow afternoon and say, if it rains, I'll go, could go to the cinema instead. F. You're very busy, because you have lots of schoolwork, and you also play in 2 teams. A friend asks you to join a computer club. You say, if I had more free time, I'd join the club. But it's impossible at the moment because I'm too busy. A. If he asked me to help him, I would. B. We'll have lunch outside in the garden, unless it's too cold. C. John would win more races if he trained harder. D. Come on. Unless we hurry, we'll miss the plane. E. Would you like to see my stamp collection? F. The manager won't be long. Would you take a seat, please? G. I'm sure that Connie would go to the cinema with you, if you asked her. H. If you feel like a chat, phone me tonight. I. What would you do if you saw a snake? J. I don't feel happy unless I swim every day. A. If I had arms 5 meters long, I'd be able to reach the top of that shelf. B. Don't worry, you've just got a cold. If you take an aspirin, you'll feel better. C. Vegetarians believe that if nobody ate meat, everyone would live longer. D. If I became a famous rock star, I'd buy my parents an enormous house. E. It says no parking. If you leave the car here, the police will give you a parking fine. F. It's not far. If you follow this path, you'll come to the station. G. If people used bikes instead of cars, there wouldn't be so much pollution. H. Actually, Brutus is a very friendly dog. If you touch him, he won't bite you. I. If you leave your books on the desk, I'll give them back to you at the end of the lesson. J. If you owned a pet tiger, your friends wouldn't visit you.